Okay, I'm here. And hopefully that fixed the ridiculous issue. Let me see. Okay, everybody else here? No. There's like 0 people here. Man, I don't like change. I don't like change. Okay, everybody. Yay! Ro is back. Hopefully, everybody else comes back. It is so ridiculous change, but now I know what it is, and I will make sure that I don't do it again. So now we have to get everybody else back. Yay! Lisa is back. Woo! All right, and Lori is back. Angie's here. Yay! Okay. Oh, it is, y'all. I'm not kidding, y'all. Like doing this stuff, I can't even tell you how ridiculously stressful it can be for the content creators. So I appreciate your patience and all of the things because it really does get so wonky. Um, you don't know what to do. It's stupid. I'm going to use the bad word. My grandkids are said, stupid is a bad word. It's like, yeah, well, you know. Stupid is for bad people. I don't know what else bad things. Anywho, yay. Okay. So I think the majority of the people are back and they have found me. Thank you. Okay. I am so happy y'all are here. I'm so happy to be here. Hi, Neva. I have been playing around with some stuff while I was waiting to go live, and apparently I had to redo it. So I do have some housekeeping. Okay. One, Advent boxes have been mailed, and I would say almost half of them have been delivered. The other half will be delivered tomorrow. I checked them today, and everything is on, well, it's not quite on schedule. My family coming in, my kids and it threw me way off. Like, schedules are so wonky when people come into your home and you lose track. Like, I don't even know what day it is. I don't know what I'm doing. It's Monday because it's Monday Night Live. But other than that, I don't have a clue. However, so I do want to talk about that. So Advent has been mailed out. Mine's in the mailbox, but it's freezing, so I don't want to walk down there. Have your daughter do it. Have your husband do it. Go get it. It's so pretty. There's so many pretty things in there. Oh my gosh, y'all. Y'all know I just love to spoil y'all, and spoiled y'all are. Yes, yours is coming tomorrow, along with your order, Amanda. So I held it for you because I knew you were going to be at your dad's. So your order and your Advents are going to be there. Yay, Sharon's back. Okay, so Advent is out. The other housekeeping item I want to talk about is 2026. I will not be doing junk journal subscription boxes. I don't know what I will be doing. I am thinking about it, praying about it, talking about it. But right now, I am not going to be doing the junk journal, the bi-monthly junk journal subscription boxes. Advent will still be a thing. I will still do Advent. So that's that. Also, Patreon is getting a makeover. Like, I am getting rid of some perks that people don't use or don't want. I am adding perks that people want and will use. If you are on my Patreon, even as a free member, I do have a questionnaire, a form to fill out. I really want to know what you want. It's not my Patreon, it's y'all's Patreon. So if you are even a free member, please go fill out that form because I really want you to have the perks that mean enough to you, right? I can create stuff 9 ways to Sunday, but if it's not what you want, not what you like, not what you can use, it does you no good. So my perks are for you, and so I would really appreciate if you would fill out the form. that is on Patreon. So it's open to everybody, free members and everything. So fill out the form so I can make sure that you're getting all the greatness that you want. Okay. Anything else? I don't think so. Oh, tomorrow, y'all, I did. So I've been doing some online estate sales. And because you can see so much more, right? I mean, I can drive to places, but it's a lot. Anyway, so I am going tomorrow. It's about a 2-hour drive, but my husband and I love, okay, let me rephrase that. He loves driving. I am a passenger princess. I just sit and do stuff on my phone, or we chit chat or whatever while he is driving. So we are driving about 2 hours to go pick up this magnificent auction that I won. So I'm super excited about that. Other than that, I will be in and out in December. The last 2 weeks of December, I'm hanging out with my husband. Actually, the first week of December. So Wednesday, we are taking Astrid and Kyle, that's our son and daughter-in-law, and our grandbaby to the airport. They're leaving at 1:00 in the morning Wednesday. Oh, y'all pray for me. I'm not a morning person. To the airport, and then we're coming home to take a nap. And then we're going to pack up, and I'm going to go to the hunting lease with my husband and my laptop. So I will be working and he will be hunting, because y'all, I ain't about that life. Like, I don't mind. When I was younger, all good. Now, don't care. Now, fishing is a whole different story. I love to fish. Hunting, nah. Anyway, I'm going to go hang out with him because we have not spent much time together. And so, yeah. Anywho, tonight, what I'm doing, coffee, lots of coffee, for real. Like, I need an IV. Okay, let's see where I am on the... Anne says, I got mine and my mom's today, but mail center closed early. I'm excited to pick them up tomorrow. She gets here on the 17th. Yay! That is awesome. So yes, please, in the Facebook group, if you don't mind sharing a picture and your thoughts, your feelings, your excitement on the Advent boxes, it means a lot to me. I love to see feedback. I love feedback. Okay, I'm gonna switch this camera around though, because I'm tired of staring at myself. I'm so tired. But we are going to flip the camera because I actually am crafting tonight. So for those that don't know, there we go. So for those that don't know, I am doing a collab with Susan at I Totally Love It on YouTube. Okay. And the thank you, Ange. So the theme that got picked was the Roaring 20s. This is my Roaring 20s journal. And I need to finish it up because I am behind. This was supposed to be for the month of November. Now, I do have a lot of stuff done, but there's still so much, right? Journals take a hot minute. So I was playing around before the first live started. And I have been creating things. So I needed like a journal card for something. And all I did, so basically my theme throughout this entire journal is black, gold, and like just vintage paper, right? So this is vellum I printed on. But all the rest of this is either, this came from a 1925 big magazine. And then my ledgers were 1925. And then I just created some little things for them. All of the cutouts are from a McCall's magazine that was from 1925. Look at that. Like, is that not gorgeous? So I need to zoom in. Thanks, Ange. I love the cover too. I will say it is probably one of my favorite covers ever. So absolutely love it. If I need to zoom in, let me know and I will definitely zoom in for y'all. So these, I'm going to say it's from the 1920s. I'm not 100% sure, but we're just going to go with that. But most everything I'm just using from the McCall's magazine. So this was from McCall's, that magazine from 1925. I just made it a flip out. Piano paper. So this is piano paper. That was very, very popular in the 20s. So the piano rolls that you have was that. Again, all of these are from May of 25. Will this journal be sold or are you keeping it to use? I honestly, Amanda, have not figured that out yet. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or if I'm going to sell it. I may auction it off. I don't know yet. But these ledgers was from 1925. The date's not on this one, but I know that it was. This just looked like it was from 20s to me, so I used those. And honestly, that is what I created this for. But I think it needs a little something in the middle. So let's do that. And I will continue to flip through for y'all as I am adding things. Don't fall. Oh, but you're going to fall anyway. So I do have a good amount of things that I tore out. But as you can see, it's the McCall's magazine. It was May of 1925. And a lot of the items came from this magazine. So I feel like I need a little fun center thing there. So I'm trying to find something. Now there's all of these women. Now I have ideas for these women. Okay, where are my little papers? Y'all know it's my favorite drinking game. Where are, and then everyone takes a drink, right? I have some things that are in circles. Where are they? Because I thought that would be fun. Okay, let me put this right back here. All right, I'm just going to go through because I know there are some women that, not those. Okay, I have seemed to have, oh, there they are. There. Okay, these. So this is an advertisement for silk gloves, but how fun would, I don't know if that is too big. I like her. I think I'm going to cut her out and just put her right in the middle of this journal card. So y'all know I love using vintage items, and yay! Deb is here. Okay, wait. What have I missed? Somebody has called dibs already. That's funny. Okay. Hi, Deborah. The cover reminds me of my mother. She taught me how to dance the Charleston. Oh, how funny. That is awesome. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this circle out. I'm going to do big and then I'll do intricate in a minute. So I absolutely love using as much vintage as I can use in my journals. I do know, I do a lot of vintage shopping. I do a lot of like auctions or estate sales or whatever. And I went to one estate sale and there was quite a bit of magazines, this kind of stuff that nobody bid on. And I'm talking about like online auction. And I asked them, I was like, if nobody bids on it, like, what do y'all do with it? Y'all, it goes in the landfills. Could you imagine this magazine going into a landfill? Like, that just hurts my heart. So, I do try as much as I can. Now, I love scrapbook paper and die cuts and all the modern stuff. But I like to mix it together as much as possible because obviously the brown and the black are scrapbook paper. Because a lot of this stuff is very fragile. So I do mix both together, modern and vintage in journal form. So that being said, you will see a lot of most of my journals now will have at least, at the very least, 90% vintage items. And then, like, obviously on the cover, this isn't vintage. These are not vintage items, but everything inside is vintage, aside from the coffee dyed paper and the vellum. Like I said, 90% of my signatures are going to be vintage. I'm going to get to her in a minute. She is gorgeous. But I'm looking for a book. My little glue book, because I have to keep cleaning my desk, and well, who wants to do that? So I'm trying really hard to remember to glue on a cheapy little book from Goodwill. Now, how cute is that journal card? Right? And it's made from music from the 20s, a little decoration, a little lady from the 20s, and then, a journal card. So this one is going to go inside. I just look at the little babies, their little shoes. Inside of this right here. So this is something I just created while I was waiting for the live. Okay, so this is that. And it's just going to go in there. I did that with my whale tail. Now, I feel like this needs a little pick-me-up. So I'm trying to see if I have a lady that will fit. And if not, maybe an advertisement that will fit on there. Oh, I think this lady might fit. Let's see. Okay. I'm thinking that this right here would look good in the middle of that. What do we think? Right? Because I feel like, I don't know, I think I might be able to cut out a whole lady. It seems, oh, she's going to be tall enough, right? So, those are not. Should we cut her out and put her on, like, right in the middle of that? I think we should. Oh, but that's cutting into others. Oh, maybe this one. This one doesn't cut in. Let's see. Oh, she'll fit. All right. She's the one. She is the winner. She is the chosen one. She gets to be. And I'm going to keep this. These are great. I'm going to use these kind of things for belly bands. I don't know why there's a lag. My sincerest apologies. for there being a lag. Okay, I'm gonna cut out. So this is like right in the middle of the 20s. Okay, where are... I'm gonna laugh if I put them back. Did I put them back? No, I didn't. My little scissors. Okay, you have to go back in your box. Okay, where are my pretty little... Ah, there they are. Buried. All right. So I'm going to do my best. Now this is super thin paper, so I have to be careful or it'll tear while I am cutting. So blouse 6 sizes, 34 to 44. I am 100% sure that is not the same sizes we use today. She does not look anything close to being of 30 or 40 anything. A 4 maybe. It's funny how sizes changed. But I'm just gonna cut her out. Oops. Yeah, it tears pretty easy, so I'm trying to be careful, especially when I get to the little skinny parts. All right, there we go. I just don't like this little point, so I'm going to... And then she can go, I'm going to take this out so this is more flat. And she's just going to go right in the middle. It gives a little bit of color without being obnoxious. It's not too bad of a lag. Okay, good. I'm glad. And I'm not even going to worry about trying to ink it up. I feel like, this is seriously from the 20s. It is vintage enough. Oh, I'm so glad y'all love the idea. All right, so let's get her right down here in the middle. Because there's so much you can do. Like this is one magazine. And I have created almost an entire journal with just one magazine and a few other items. So I guess my point to you is you don't have to have a lot of stuff to make beautiful things. Okay, so that's in there. That is perfect. Should I put something on the back side? Of course I should. Let's see. Oh, I like her with her little coat or her little whatever that is. So let's go ahead and cut her out. See, these are good as what I would call like a die cut or ephemera pieces used for deco. So this is just deco pieces that I'm adding to. Okay, I just have to do this. I have a hard time cutting intricate pieces when it's big. I need little spaces. I just scored a 1920 awards catalog. Oh my gosh, that is amazing, Deborah. Yeah, the Sears catalogs I have are from the early 1900s, so they weren't very good for this particular journal, but they are definitely great for a lot of other things. Oh, paper dolls, right? Like this is what this reminds me of, just cutting out paper dolls and putting them on the as centerpieces. I mean, that's what I'm basically doing, is creating focal points. All right, let me get this. Okay, and then she is going to go right there. Okay. Do you want to add the color red to that journal? And it didn't bother me. A little bit of muted color here and there is okay. Because I'm probably going to add a little other little pops of color when I create some belly bands. Because it's so funny, is that's what they did. They literally just created a pop of color. So we have the red hat, the red hand. So I'm assuming that's a glove. The red lips. Everything else is very monotone. So it's just a little pop of color. And that has the red also. So I'm good with it. Okay, and then we have, I like a lot of journal space. This is the center, so this is May 25. This was on the cover. Now, I will tell you, I didn't think about it when I cut it out that the tie would be in the middle of her head, but we're not going to focus on that. She just has a beautiful birthmark, and that is all I'm saying about that. Okay, next I have over here in my pile of things that I want to use is, hold on, I do have this check, December 31st, 1923. It is apparently check number 5. To Miss JD Carson for $35. And it was cashed on January 4th, 1924. How cool is that? So I definitely want this to go in there. I just haven't decided how, because I don't want it. I want both sides to be seen. So I haven't quite figured that out yet. I do have these. These are not bingo cards, by the way. This is a game called, and I wrote on the back of one of these, Banner Lotto. It was very popular in the 20s. And this is the game card for that. I thought about putting that in here, but I would definitely need like a pull tab because it kind of goes deep inside of there. But I have this. So what if, nope, I don't like that. These are my practice runs of things. I wonder if I just glued that on top, if that would be enough. And then you could pull it out that way. I think I'm going to do that. So let's do that on one of those. We're just going to use some glue. Kind of like that. Right? So you can still very much see the card and what it's for and what it is. But it's going to be like a little pull tab so you can pull it out. Oh, yeah, you're right. And I did very much point that out. And that is the majority of my color scheme. All right, so I'm waiting for Glinda to heat up. Love the card. Okay, if you have this game, it is, I'm not going to say people are actually buying it for this amount, but people have it on eBay, but it's the entire game for almost $300 that has these cards in it. Now, I don't have the game at all. I only found the cards. I don't even know where, but it's going to make a great journal card because you can just write on the back of it. I did go, so I had to run some errands with my husband today, and he knows I'm a hermit. I am such a hermit. I don't like leaving the house unless there's like a reason or a purpose. So he really wanted to hang out with me and wanted me to go with him. And so I did. And he always rewards me. He's like, "We'll find an antique shop and we can go right out there." I was like, okay. So that's always my consolation prize to going and doing things I don't want to do. So we did go to an antique shop. Y'all, the prices that these people want to charge. Okay, I'm going to zoom in a bit since I'm working with little things. The prices these people want to charge for stuff, it's redonkulous. I guarantee you I will go back in 6 months and all of that stuff will still be there. And so I thought about no, not yet. I thought about taking pictures, with a little timestamp and then going back in 6 months. And if it's still there and be like, okay, I will pay XYZ for this stuff, or you can just keep holding on to it and waiting for what? Like, I don't understand. I'm not paying ridiculous prices for that stuff. I'm just not. So, because I can't share my findings with my customers at that price. I just refuse. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. But some of the prices, I was just like, okay. One piece of paper that I couldn't even tell what it was. It was old. Okay. And it had the date of like 1864. That is great. It was one piece of paper and it was beautiful. Don't get me wrong. They wanted $16 for one piece of paper. Okay. So anyway, that's why sometimes it takes me longer to like have a live sale or get stuff to y'all, because people are just ridiculous with their prices. Okay, so I'm going to put this one in here, and then it's going to have a cute little pull tab, and it's super simple. I'm not going to do anything else to it. It's just going to be like that. And how pretty is that? It's so pretty. Thank you. All right. Lots of snow and ice in St. Louis. No, I'm good. It got cool. Look, y'all. Look, I actually put on a long sleeve. It's very thin, but it was a long sleeve because we were in the 40s today. Yeah, it was so ridiculous, Ro. Like, I can't even tell you. Okay, I need to do some belly bands, but real quick, I just want to show you. I just took some black cardstock and made tags and use part of, like, if I cut out a picture on one side, but I have all of the script, the words. So that's what I'm using here. And I made, I don't know, hinge tags, flip out tags, whatever you want to call it, but you can write on both sides. Look, that's a Grape Nuts ad that was in that magazine. Absorbine Jr. How many people remember their grandparents smelling like that? I do. And again, that's just another flip out. And then this is just a deco piece. It was so beautiful. I just put it on there. I did do some layered pockets and put that on there. So I do need... you know what? This can actually just go right there in that pocket. And then I also have, this is an advertisement for shoes. And so I'm going to put that because it's blank on the back. So you could use it for a journal card. And no, I have zero problems. I'm going to put it right there. Using all of this vintage stuff and writing on it, because what else are you gonna do, right? Just stare at it? No. This is a tag I made using where is it? So this is in vintage. This is actually Tim Holtz It is the like photographic, it's the tissue paper. And it did remind me of like the industrial age, which the 20s is definitely known for. And so I put that on there. So I'm going to do that. So those are fixed. Lots and lots and lots of journaling space. I feel like if you are calling it a journal, you should be able to journal in it. Now, if somebody else gets this journal and decides that they want to put whatever makes their heart happy in it, that is great. It can become an art journal. It can become whatever that person wants. But for me, a journal is meant to write in. Okay, so I digress. Out of the hundreds of postcards I have, I literally only found 2 that were from the 20s. I have the 1800s. I have the early 1900s. I have the 30s. I have the 1910s. The 20s, I only found 2. So this one is Michigan, 1924. I cannot read it. It's in pencil. And I just can't. But there's a lot of X's and O's at the top. So anyway, but it does have June 21st, 1924. So I'm just going to put that. You can't journal on it. I mean, whatever. But I think it's just cute to have in that little pocket. This one, like, that is the epitome of the 20s. I think it's in French, so I don't know what it says. I don't know what this says. I literally saw the postmark as 1920. So I did take some of my Oops tape, my faux vintage tape, and like hinged a little journal card onto it. It kind of makes it a little more useful. And so we'll find a place for that as well. So now we're going into the second signature. Like I said, lots of journaling space. Like that's from the magazine. More piano roll. I'm just trying to find a place to put this. Oh, I already tucked. So this one was from the magazine, and then I put it on the black paper, and then I had a gold, whatever pen, you know, the metallic pen, and went around it. If you have any kind of gel pen, metallic pen, you can write on the back of that. So I put that in there, and this one is going to go right here. Perfect. All right. I really need to figure out what to do with this check. I think what I might do is create a fun little, whatchamacallit, you know, with scraps and stuff. Oh my gosh, words escape me. Like, what would this be called? I don't know. It's called, I know it has a name, but you know, words. I do have one more. This was 1923. So I have one more postcard. But I'm working on this particular fun item. Oh, I like the little ruffles at the bottom. Oh, I really want the check to be front and foremost, because you can write on this. You can write on the back of that. All right. Somebody tell me what the name of this thing is called that I'm making. It really does have a name. And then you put it together, and then you can just slip it in. I know Araya, she would love that card. Had ice this morning too. Oh my gosh, Lisa. I like cold weather. I refuse to live where I would have to scrape, shovel. No. that's just no. Okay, what if I took this cutie patootie and that is how I secured it, right? A flip pad. Okay, scrap pad, flip pad. Yeah, that's kind of what it is reminding me of. So I can secure it like that. Where is my tiny attacher? So I guess I bet you anything that my tiny attacher has not made it back to my desk because my granddaughter was making a paper chain for the Christmas tree. Because y'all know I have a few scraps, right? And so I gave her my scraps that were cut and she made a paper chain. Okay, I know exactly where it is. So I don't know. Give me like 3 seconds to go get it. So y'all keep each other company. I'm trying to knock stuff over. Okay, I found it. I knew exactly where it was. All right, so I am going to okay, if it doesn't have staples in it, oh my gosh, y'all. Is it out of staples? No, it has staples. Okay. Can we just talk about how long it took me to figure out how to open the stupid thing? All right. Tiny attacher. There we go. And everything is together. Now, I have pretty lace. So I can, oh, look at how gorgeous that is. That's a bit much though, right? Is it just me or is it a bit much? Because I don't even know where this is going yet. But I kind of do like that right across the top. You know what? My father-in-law used to say, because we played cards a lot. And, you know, we have to bet on things and whatever. And I remember him saying, think long, think wrong. So that, for whatever reason, has stuck with me big time. So I try not to overthink every decision I make. I said try. So we're just going to put this at the top. I don't even know where it's going to go yet. Okay, is a tiny attacher different from a regular stapler? Yes. So while I'm waiting for Glenda to heat up, I will show you the difference. Now on this one, honestly, I could have used a regular stapler and I will do it so you can see the difference. So here is, so a tiny attacher, the staple is that big, whereas a regular stapler, it is that big. Now the tiny attacher I use a lot when I make clusters. To staple everything together in the middle because it's much easier to hide if you don't like the staple look, right? So now what I'm doing here, I can use, you know, that and it's hiding it perfectly fine, so no worries. But let's just say I was going to use something small and I don't want to see the staple. The tiny attacher is just really good for smaller things. So that is what it looks like. So Tim Holtz has a tiny attacher, or is that what it's called? Yeah. And then that is the regular stapler. So you can see the difference in the size. So I would say it's at least 2 1/4 sizes smaller than a regular because I feel like I could get at least 2 tiny staples to the one big one. Why is my camera wanting to be a pain in my butt? Are you going to focus? There we go. So now you can see it up close. Hopefully that helps. Okay. So in order to hide the staples, because that's what I want to do, I'm just going to put this beaded lace on top. So people can still see the wonderfulness of this check, but be able to flip it up and journal on that or this, if they so chose. I don't know if there is a tiny attacher that is not Tim Holtz. I really don't know. When I was looking, I was not able to find one, but that means nothing, right? Like, it's just little Omi. Because I did try to see if some of the mini staplers were like smaller staples, and I didn't find any of those either, like smaller staples. It's just a little stapler with the same size staples. Okay, this is why I constantly have to change this out. I'm breaking one of my cardinal rules. My nails are not tools, except I use them for tools all the time. Okay, so that is my little fun flip that we are going to put somewhere. So it's even too wide for that. And I may just have to create a pocket or a tuck for it. And that is okay. I guess I need to put it on my shopping list. I can see why it would be useful in situations. I really like it when I make my clusters. I use it a lot there, or again, if I don't want a giant staple. So that is the center of that page. I did put lace over the top. Oh, love it so much. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Like, that just fits so beautifully. I have this, and I think this needs to go here as just a decoration and just to carry through. That is what I'm doing. Oh, that came undone. So that is what we're going to do, because I feel like Glinda is still hot. Let's take advantage of that while we can. Because these are my practice things that I was doing when I was trying to figure out the what is that stuff I bought? It's it's fabric fusion, but you iron it onto fabric. That's how I did my cover. So I used some fabric fusion that I ironed onto the fabric, and then I was able to put it on the board. So I was testing it out on this, and it's held up pretty well, except I noticed this is coming undone. So maybe not good for a tie that you're constantly messing with. All right, back to... All right, so I have that. That is just gorgeous. And then I need something to make this a bit sturdier. So this lady right here is Miss Reginald C. Vanderbilt. She is a Vanderbilt. There was like this little article on how beautiful she is, etc., etc. I seriously just cut it out just like it was. I knew immediately it was going to be a tag. And then I was like, okay, well, I want the whole thing to be seen. So I made a pocket with vellum, and then her name and the little description underneath it. It was just way too perfect. And then the rest of this is like journal pages. and that. So I am going to make a belly band. One of my goals tonight was to make a belly band or two, because I do have some other, like I have this that can go behind a belly band. So let's go ahead and do that. Now, I did take some gold vinyl. So this is like vinyl that you would cut out for letters or whatever. And I put it on freezer paper. So it made it paper. Okay. It also made it to where I can use it. It's not super sticky. So I'm going to use that. I think. Do you already have one of these that are cut down? Yes, I do. All right. So let me see how long because I was going to make a gold and black one. So I think this needs to be 2 inches. And then this will fit right in the middle. Yep, that's what I'm doing. And I'm having to use this. I don't like this one. I'm going to be 100% honest. But I've got to get a new blade for my regular paper trimmer because it just keeps chewing my paper. So I have to get a regular blade. So I'm using this one. It's just not my favorite. I wanted it to be. That's why I bought it. I was like, "Ooh, look, I can have everything in one." It's not my favorite. Okay, let's see. Where do I need a belly band? Okay, I'm going to do a belly band right in the middle of this ledger paper because I want to. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is all that matters when you are making a journal. I need to go out a little bit more. Let me see. Can I remember the out? Oh, that's a little far. There we go. Okay. So, pencil. I need to make a line, and I'm sure my pencil is probably on. There it is on my desk. Okay, so right there. Now for this, I'll get out my little chomper. The amount of tools I think I need. Okay. Perfect. Now I'm going to get one of these. And it is just going to go right down the middle. And because I put it on freezer paper, it's like paper, so I can just glue it. I'm going to cut that. Perfect pocket. I know, it was so cute. I mean, the absolute moment when I was flipping through that magazine, I knew immediately. It's like, okay, this is a tag. No ifs, ands, or buts. So I could make this a double belly band. I just don't want to. So I'm not. So if you have vinyl and you're like, what in the heck am I going to do with all this vinyl? Because, I have to get a whole roll and for this one project, you can always put it on. Now I put mine on freezer paper. I'm pretty sure you could also put it on not wax paper because wax paper it'll just come off, but parchment paper, because parchment paper has the non-shiny side. I don't know how well it would stick to the shiny side of wax paper, is I guess what I'm trying to say. I'm just going to trim this. think I'm going to round the corners because, well, it's me. I don't know. I think it adds elegance. Okay. So this one I'm going to leave just like that. We are going to make another belly band. And I'm going to use something else for the center. All right, so we have that glued. Now, I may end up putting like maybe some letters or something on there or stamp. I don't know, but right now that is what it's going to be. And I am going to go ahead and take this and put it like right behind it. Okay, next up, this one is going to, how long do I need it? Is that 8.5? Someone help me out here. Yes. So a regular page is 8.5. I don't know why I always forget that. I know it's so gorgeous. That's why I'm trying to just kind of stick with that as my theme. All right. 8.5. And is that too? Not quite. I want it to. All right. And maybe I'll regret that decision in a minute, but we'll see. I have a specific idea in mind. If I can move all of these other items off of my specific idea page. Okay. It's one of these ladies. One of these ladies is going on a belly band. Should it be blue? Should it be pink? Her elbows would get cut. The blue one, sorry, y'all can't see the whole thing. I don't know though. See, the problem when their feet overlap, I would have to like cut her off at the ankles. Her shoulder, her elbow would stick out. I was just thinking this would be great for these larger. Now we have this one. So it would stick with the color theme I have going. Missing arms. So I think it's going to have to be this one or this one. So right or left? Which one do we want? Do we want the right and the black smock, or do we want the left and the pink, whatever that is? Right or left? And I'm just kind of looking real quick to see if there is. I don't know. I kind of like her. Like, how elegant is that? But I would lose an arm. Okay. What did I say? Think long, think wrong. Right. Right. Okay. Right, it is. So I'm going to cut her out. I'm going to cut her out, and then we will put her on the belly band. There's just so much you can do with magazines. And if you haven't watched my videos on this journal, I also show you a trick on how to make sure you're getting the page that you want for a signature when it's large magazines. Y'all know I love a good template. And so I show you, using something you probably already have at home, how to do that. So y'all should go check out my videos on this, because I did do I just put a lot of thought into it. Okay, I don't want her to feel like she has a square head. Round. There we go. Okay, and since she's going on black, I feel the need to get rid of this goofy looking paper in between her legs. Okay. Now that can go. And oh my gosh, look at how gorgeous that looks. So pretty. Okay, let me round these corners and then get her on and then find a place. Okay, perfect. Let me go ahead and get her head glued down, so I know it's exactly where I want it to be. All right, and then we can worry about the rest of her. Yeah, if y'all watch me glue things, I like to do a bit at a time, mainly because I don't trust myself to keep it straight. Oh my goodness, this is going to be so pretty. Okay. If I must say so myself. Now, where did I put that other belly band? Was it back here? No. I don't remember if it was in the first or second signature. I want to say it was in the second. Nope, it was in the first. So let's go ahead and put this one in. Okay, this is kind of whatever. So let's spruce this page up a bit. Yes, that is where that needs to go. Oh my goodness, that just looks so beautiful. So gorgeous. I love it. I think this just needs a whole lot of belly bands. Right? Ooh, or a page edge. That would be a gorgeous page edge of these women just on the edge of like writing pages. That would be super pretty. I could even do some of them on the gold, like that one, since it's already black. So that's something that I can definitely do in the next video, because I think for the most part I am done for tonight. So I will have one more regular video this week going out, and I will show you what I'm doing on the spine. I'm going to actually attach it. So I created some fringe to go on the spine. And then I have a few other items that I definitely want to pop in here. But let's go ahead and just do a flip through so we can see what we have. Again, I just have these little tags that you can flip out and write on with words from the magazine. She was a cutout from the magazine. I thought she just looked spectacular there. I'm definitely going to do some page edges. This is just a flip out. I do need something to sturdy this piano paper up. Let's see, how big is that? Like, she's so, that whole thing is just so gorgeous. So let's just take a gander at the size. So I'm cutting it out with the frame that it's already framed out as, although I know that I'm going to end up cutting some of that off. Because those piano roll pages are beautiful, but they are very, very thin and very flimsy. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to end up cutting all of this off. That's like so beautiful. I think it deserves to have a space in my journal. Okay, so that will fit. I just need to probably back it. Let's see. Because I'm just putting thin paper on thin paper. But I can back it and make it a tuck spot. So let's do that. And when I say back it, I mean put it on a much thicker, oh, that's not big enough, cardstock, and then use it like that. And then, yes, that is what we're going to do. Okay. So would anybody here be interested in doing like a collab type of journal? Like if I say, okay, for the month of XYZ, I'm going to make up a month. This isn't real. For the month of February, I'm going to do a garden journal. would anybody be interested in joining in and doing something like that? Let me know. And I'm using this so it can be straight because we all know Stephanie has issues with cutting things straight. Oh my gosh, or holding things or anything really. Stephanie just has issues. There we go. Yay, it's so pretty. All right. Now we're going to put it here, but I have to put something underneath it and move that because there's holes, right? Because it's the piano roll paper. And if you don't put something there, when you glue, you can glue stuff that you don't want glued. So I'm going to make sure the flip out is not touching. And this is on top of my little Dollar Tree mat. So any glue that I put on here doesn't seep through the holes. I was like, where is my art glitter glue? Okay. Sorry, I know I just went off camera. All I'm doing is gluing this very crookedly. All right. And this, I am gluing it in such a way that it can be a tuck spot or a little hidden pocket or whatever you want to call it. Or it can just be deco. All right, let's flip it. See what I'm talking about? How the glue went through the other side. So if this would have been here, it could have got glued down and that would have really sucked. So you have to make sure you're paying attention to those little things. And then this is a little pocket, but it also makes the paper, it's not so flimsy and flippy, right? So this, you can write here, you can write on here if you want to, you can decorate it, you know, what have you. So yay, I did that. All right, so that is what I have done tonight. And I will have one more video on this week. It will be the final flip through. And then whatever else little things that I decide to add. But I'm definitely going to add the spine on here. And that will conclude this beautiful, gorgeous journal. So thanks for hanging out with me, guys. Y'all are amazing. And I cannot wait to do more things. If you would like more, make sure you go check out my Patreon. Starting in January, I will have upgraded the perks. We will be doing monthly projects where you will have the supply list and we will sit together on a Zoom and create beautiful things for our journals. January will be the very first project and we will be making the journal that we will be decorating throughout the year. So if that is something you're interested in, go check out the Patreon. The new perks are not up yet. However, they will be soon, so you can see what the new perks are going to be starting in January. And does anybody know where the lid to this is? Because I cannot seem to find it anywhere. So yeah, make sure you check out all the information. And if you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm happy to answer them. And I guess maybe it fell on, it fell on the floor. It's on the floor. All right, got it. Did my exercise for the day. All right, guys. Thank you so much. If you need anything, you know where I'm at. And until next time, y'all have a blessed night. Bye.